Hi besties, welcome back to another video on my channel. If you are new here, you're most definitely welcome. My name is Temisope. I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I share content around motherhood, family, simple living, inspiration, and everything in between. So today I'm all about sharing family. Okay, thank you so much. I really need to appreciate you guys. For some of you who actually subscribe to my channel, and yeah, from my first video of the year to the second one, you guys subscribed, you guys showed up. I see some difference on my channel, that some of you subscribe, and I could see that when I check my YouTube analytics, I realized that most of you guys are actually new to my channel, and I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate this. Actually encouraged me a whole lot, and yeah, thank you so much for showing up, and God bless you. Okay, this is actually about my teenage daughters who actually want to start using their own phones, because these girls, they can't just wait to start using their own phone. They can't wait to have their own personal phones now. Yeah, and I know they are of age and all of that, but for me, I am not ready. I don't know if I'm being scared as a mom, or I don't just want to let them have that independence or any normal thing, right? I have a foster daughter who is 16, in case you are new here. Like, I have a foster daughter who is 16 years, and I have a daughter who is also 14, going to be 15. They are both in senior classes, right? But some of their friends actually have phones. I've heard stories from them like, oh, mommy, so person has phone. Because my kids, they have this Tonosobe phone that we usually, this normal phone that actually made to make call and receive calls. So that's the normal smaller phone. So they have it, and but they are not, as teenagers, it's just one of the things in this present age and time now, that they just want to be online, do a lot of things and all of that. But me as a mom, I'm not ready for it. Like, I don't know if I'm being too dramatic as a mom or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too dramatic, but for me, I'm not just ready for it. Yeah, there's this video I saw sometimes ago about this particular mom who actually gifted her daughter on her birthday an iPhone. I think I don't know. I'm not an iPhone person. I'm not a fan of iPhone, so I think maybe an iPhone, maybe an iPhone 13, iPhone whatever, and she gifted her daughter. A lot of people actually troll her and all of that. A lot of people troll her. Why some people felt like, oh, it's normal. If your parents can afford it, then they should feel free to, if your parents can afford it, every parent should be able to do whatever they want to do in as much as they can afford it. Is entitled to their own opinion. So, and especially about parenting, everybody do whatever that is suitable for their various homes and all of that. But for me, I feel like I'm not just ready handling my children their phone. For now, they basically use my phone for basically everything. Not because myself and their dad can't afford to buy them a phone, but because I felt like, in fact, let me just say, I'm the one actually stopping this, because their dad doesn't really have problem giving them phones or buying them phones and all of that, but I am the one who actually did not want them to stopping this, I mean delaying this kind of. So I don't know what you guys feel. Yeah, maybe share your experience with me, even though this video might be for probably parents, and also it's basically for everyone actually, because even though you are not a parent, you are definitely you will definitely be somebody's aunt. You are an auntie, you are an uncle to someone, so definitely it's for everyone. So yeah, so that's why I'm just sharing this part of myself, because I'm just trying to delay this. I don't know when, probably maybe when they finish their secondary school and all of that, because I see the phone as a form of distraction. Even for adults, sometimes you might find an adult, you can be on your phone for a whole day and you wouldn't know that the whole time. Scrolling coming from Instagram, you are also on, as you are moving from Instagram, you just jump into TikTok. As you are moving from TikTok, just say, oh, let me check my Facebook. And as you are moving from Facebook, you are joining other platforms, can come to YouTube as well and all of that. And some of these kids are can be overwhelmed with a lot of things. There's this particular post I saw sometimes ago about this. In fact, I didn't even see this post. It was one of my daughter that actually saw it, and she was sharing it with me. So I had to use that case to start countering them. Like, can you see now? Can you guys see now? And each time I talk about this, my children are always angry. They'll be like, oh, mommy has started and all of that. But that is just basically the truth, because giving children phones at some certain stage can be very, very harmful. That's how I think, because I remember in my own time, my first phone happens to be a Motorola. So you guys remember. So you can also share in the comment section your first phone as well, as parents and all of that. Because my own first phone was a Motorola phone. You guys remember, those times of Motorola, of Sagem, of what was it called, Siemens, and and the rest. So Motorola was happened to be my first very phone, and it was even my very first phone was actually a gift. Even at that time, in fact, I finished my secondary for a while before I got that phone as a gift. So it was a luxury back then, even though it's not even, you can't even use it to snap or anything, but it was a luxury back then. Yeah. So but for this generation now, their own thing is just so different that everything is just penging for them, and they are just so I don't want to be overwhelmed with that. I don't want to be hand over to them things that might get to us them at the end of the day, because not all of these kids can actually not all of them can actually handle some as emotionally that strong. Not all these children are not emotionally strong. I know there are a lot of things you can actually do, parental control and all of that. There's a lot. Okay, what about when you are not there? Maybe they saw something on their friend's phone and they want to they want to explore as well. All of this we have seen, all of this I have seen, all of this we have heard, that you have heard about it as well. This social media has hurt people. People have gotten scammed. Some people have been killed in the process. A lot of things has actually happened, and not all these children can handle some of these things. They can get carried away. So I know at this point some parents might not really see it as a thing that, okay, still uses my phone for their schoolwork and all of that, and it's very, very easy for me to actually understand what they're actually doing on the phone. I can basically see everything they are up to on the phone. And mind you, my kids are very well behaved. I know that my children behaves well. So for me to reason this way doesn't mean probably my kids are are not doesn't behave well, or maybe I'm scared of them. That's not the case, because so my kids will not go out there and misbehave. But we need to understand that social media doesn't understand if a child is well behaved or not. Even for an adult, sometimes you might get carried away by a lot of things. Even adults, we've seen a whole lot. I can't be saying all of that here. Some of these children do a whole lot of things. I mean, with the fact that they can have their own personal phones can be, kind of overwhelming for them sometimes, and all of that. Even as an adult, sometimes you might get carried away, being scammed online and all of that. Yeah, I know even if my kids are using phone, definitely I'm going to have access to it. I know I'm going to know the password to their phones, definitely. Yeah, but I don't just want them to have it at this point. I know if we had been abroad, maybe it would have been a different story. But for the fact that we are not abroad, we are in Nigeria. Me, I cannot say, I know some parents want them to is a thing, they want their children to have their phone, but sometimes there are a lot of things that as kids they won't be able to control. When they see some things online and all of that, a lot of things happen, and some of these children, mind you, this generation of kids that we are having now, they are so smart, they are so intelligent, more than in our own days. Okay, they are so smart, they are too intelligent. Even that's when you realize that sometimes there are some things on your own phone as a parent. Sometimes there are some things on that your own phone that you have that you don't know that function exists on your phone, and these children that doesn't have a phone, actually understand it. They know it, that function. That's when you see sometimes when you want to try to do something, they don't have a phone, but they can actually, they understand every function on that phone. They know how, they know the trending, trending stuff going on online and all of that. I remember a time my daughter will come home and tell me that, oh mommy, there's something trending now, we saw it on our teacher's phone and all of that, there's this new business online and all of that, that's what people are doing now, one of my teacher is doing it too. You understand that kind of thing. And you know that these children, my kids I'm talking about here, I'm talking about my 16-year-old foster daughter and my 14-year-old going to be 15. So my other daughter is going to be 15 in May, and so they are both in secondary school, they are both in senior classes. Okay, so I'm not bothered about the way they want to have. I'm not, in fact, I'm not even pressured. I'm not in any way pressured to go and buy them phone, because they have already, they have already back. So that's just basically it. And I don't know how you guys feel about this. Share your thoughts as well with me in the comment section, and let's just talk about it, because we need to talk about these things. Because definitely, even if you are not a parent, you will also be an auntie or uncle, maybe that your cousin, that your niece is troubling you already. Uncle so I need a phone, auntie lagbaja I need a phone, or something like that. We need to be very, very ready. Once you are handling them this phone, you need to be ready as well that there are scammers on social media. They don't know. It's only we adults that know. Some people have been, some business owners, even as parents, they have been scammed on this line. They have, scammed of, their money, their dignity. Sometimes they might not really know about it. Okay, mind you, I've told you guys before, my children are well behaved. My children doesn't misbehave. They are well raised, because that is another thing. All right, but then I feel like sometimes parents make this mistake of, or because so person's child is doing this, then I must do it for my kids. I don't do it. Okay, I don't do it. I don't get pressured by what somebody else do for their child, then I must do it for my children too. I don't do such. Okay, I do whatever I want to do. I do it my way. Okay, not because I'm not social, not because I don't know what should I say. I'm not really a Gen Z mom, really, because okay, yeah, that's just basically it. Okay, that's just about that. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I really don't want this video to be a long one. If you have watched this video to this very point and you haven't subscribed, be cool, try and subscribe to my channel, like this very video, and make sure you drop me your thoughts in the comment section. And see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.